In a recent episode of Barbarian Banter, I told the tale of Valaris the Ostrogothic champion, who fought in single combat against the Eastern Roman officer Artabazes prior to the Battle of Faventia. For the sake of completion, I will now tell you the story from Artabazes' side. While what we know of Valaris is limited to the duel, we do know a good bit more about the service of Artabazes prior. Of Armenian extraction, Artabazes was originally a Sasanian Aswar. The Aswaran were the elite cavalrymen of the Sasanian Persian Empire, made up of aristocrats. This implies Artabazes was some kind of nobleman, and he was stationed in the garrison of Caesarion near the Sasanian border with Eastern Rome. The famed Roman general Belisarius besieged and subsequently captured this fortress. After the Sasanian garrison defected due to lack of supplies, Artabazes and his comrades were immediately sent to Italy in order to help quell the Ostrogoths. Belisarius himself had only recently reconquered Italy and the city of Rome from the Ostrogoths, and as soon as he had left for Persia, they once more made a problem of themselves. Artabazes and his men linked up with the Roman army in Italy, and the force attempted to capture the city of Verona. After successfully convincing a guard, Marcianus, to open an entryway at night, Artabazes and a select squadron of hand-picked troops were sent into the city to capture the gatehouse and secure a foothold for the rest of the army. However, due to an argument between the Eastern Roman commanders, they did not reinforce Artabazes in time. The Roman vanguard was forced to make a fighting retreat out of the city, and their only way out ended up being to leap from the walls. Some of the men died from the fall. Artabazes survived relatively unharmed, though he made his frustration against his superior's failure known. The Eastern Roman army withdrew towards Faventia, where they met an Ostrogothic army led by King Totila. The senior commanders once more snuffed Artabazes, rejecting his suggestion to attack the Ostrogoths as they crossed the river. It is here that his fate converged with Valaris's. As recounted, Valaris strode up to the Roman army alone, issuing a challenge to any man brave enough to face him in single combat. Most of the Roman troops quailed in fear at the sight of the massive, fearsome barbarian warrior, but Artabazes came forward. The two arranged to fight each other on horseback with spear and shield. Ironically, this may not have been the first time Artabazes rode against an Ostrogothic horseman. Belisarius is reported as having used Ostrogothic cavalry in the fighting around Caesarion. These riders were likely taken from Italy with the Roman general to fight the Persians, and now the Persians were in Italy to help fight the Ostrogoths. Confusing, I know. Regardless, the two charged at each other. Artabazes struck at a gap in Valaris' armor and surged forward to further impale his enemy. However, Valaris' spear was propped against the ground, allowing the mortally wounded Goth to either accidentally or intentionally catch Valaris' throat on his own weapon. Artabazes did not die immediately, technically making him the winner of the bout, but he was taken to the rear of the army where physicians attempted to treat his wound and was unable to participate in the actual battle. After 3 agonizing days, Artabazes died, and ultimately the Roman army lost to the Ostrogothic host, which led to Belisarius once again being recalled from Persia to take command of Italy. Procopius laments Artabazes as a good soldier, and I agree with his assessment. He lived in a time of strife in hotly contested territory, with the Roman Empire struggling to reassert itself after the disastrous 5th century. It was in the service of his Roman opponents that he distinguished himself, and it was also in their service that he died. In spite of the failures of his commanders, he showed great personal skill, bravery, and tactical acumen. He was the only man to step up to Valaris' challenge, and although that decision led to his death, it carried his name forward to the present and likely beyond. As for Valaris, if you have not seen Jonas and I's A Tale of Two Goths, this is your exhortation to go do so.